Can everyone write, Joe, please give us the sparklomizer?
That's called the Demon Drive.
Is it? I thought they were both anchor drives.
Oh yeah, put Velcro on it. It's called
Idiot.
Demon.
I haven't, look.
Definitely called Demon Drive.
Handmade, hand soldered, hand everything, and you've stuck a thing on it. Mine's called Turtle Power 2-knob drive. Oh, anchor drive. These are from Hello Sailor Effects. They're both, I'm sure they're both, no, they are both anchor drives, but yours is called Demon Drive and mine's called Turtle Power. It must be nicknames, well, that's got a turtle in it. I love this. He gave this to me and it says those words in it, which I found hilarious. So there's a setting we both like, which also, because I messaged Joe, so he's been on that pedal show, and there's a setting we both like, which is, so for a drive pedal, this is an unexpected set. Is this it? Let's do clean tone. You can have it so it's the same volume and it sounds better, like. So that's about the same volume with and without it, just...
Yeah, it's just a little tone.
It gives it more clarity, I think,
it's a bit
but
sparkly.
not harshness,
which
is unusual, because normally you're like, oh, can you put it on the cranky setting?
Cranky set. So I basically... So the story behind this is that we went to that guitar show in London, and I just saw that on the desk where he had all these different pedals, and I just really loved it, and I tried to find it, spoke to Mark, and he spoke to Joe, and he sent us one, and it's just really good in low gain setting, high gain setting. It goes to like almost fuzz as well.
Yeah, so let's try medium gain.
So medium gain,
or just
I'm
gain.
going there, and
God, that sounds great.
That's like the next step up.
Yeah,
And
can you make that sound as good as mine? We don't know what anything does on here. I think that needs to be there, and these need to be higher. So, because we'll show you one in a second. That's got to come to the studio. Like for an actual studio recording, that's what you want. You think, right? How do we get a really good sound? Well, this has 3.
So yeah, I don't really understand what is happening, but I love every sound that it makes.
Yeah, it does. Nice clarity, just always on type thing. A little bit of light drive, which sounds great, but it does make it... So let me put the volume on. Like quite a lot louder. The drive sound is great, and if you crank this right hand one, and we'll do this in a second, it goes fuzzy.
If you crank them all up, it does like a really spitty, fuzzy...
Yeah, it sounds gay. Just why I do that? That's actually really cool. I mean, it's really loud in here. Fair play to them. They sound identical.
It's just a cool feature to have, like, if you want to do that and just put some sort of thing on it.
Maybe we should make the amp quieter next time.
Yeah, that is your problem. This is too loud. One thing I do like about this as well is that...
The picture.
Other than... That was the thing, I was just literally drawn to that picture and I was just like, I really want it. And then it turns out to be an amazing pedal. You can have it in the more gainy setting, but then turn the volume down on your guitar, and it cleans up really nicely. So you don't have to.
Oh, let's do that. Oh my God! Wait, stop! On the neck. Sorry, on the neck pickup. That sounds great. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
No, that was basically it. And then what I was doing at home was like going between picking, light picking with either fingers or a pick, and then as soon as you strum it, it puts that bark back into it.
It's really versatile.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it does, but it does cool things. Basically, from 12 o'clock, it sounds great, and then if you want more, just turn both up at the same amount, I think.
Yeah. So you've got 2 knobs, I've got 3. We don't really know what any of them do, but there's certain settings you can get if you just play around with it.
Yeah, don't put anything below 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, but just there's so many different sound. Like I say, it's versatile. You can have clean, spangly stuff.
Yeah, the clean sounds great.
And then it goes to a full fuzz if you really want fuzz. We're not both like massive fuzz fans. But yeah, everything in between, and it's just amazing. I think it's the best pedal I have. I think that probably surpasses.
That's a claim. Better than a Cloudburst
for what it does. Yeah, the Cloudburst for me does one thing very well. That does multiple things very well.
That is quite. Yeah, it's quite diverse, isn't it?
Because
in a studio, go for a studio day, you'd be like, okay, we'll get the old devil out again.
Because like I said, like even if you put it on like nothing, it just gives a little tone to the clean
tone
sound.
Is nice. That's how Joe uses it, which is funny because that's what I messaged him. I was like, this is what I prefer the most. That's how I use it.
It's just a nice tone. You can have that always on, leave that and done. Then you can just put it up a little bit, gives you a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of grit. Put up a little bit more, it does the same thing, a bit more, but then you can roll the volume down to put it back to like a more clean, sparkly sound. And if you really want, you can jack everything up and go full on fuzz with the spitty fuzz sound. I actually quite like that sound, but I just can't use it myself.
Yeah, I should have turned that down.
But yeah, it's so versatile for what it is.
It'd be cool to find a way, because I can't play with fuzz, I've never done it or listened to anything. I don't like the sound of fuzz, but I quite liked the way it sort of went gated and cut out.
Yeah,
I think that'd be quite
a cool feature.
Yeah, name another pedal that does that. Like nothing really goes into fuzz, and also it's not like a normal fuzz because you can't normally have fuzz after a buffered pedal. Just really impressed.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is probably my favourite pedal.
Wow.
Thank you, Joe. It's amazing.
There's a rude message on mine from Joe. I'm a little offended.
Yeah, that's the funniest picture.
We opened it in the car park outside the guitar show, and I laughed so hard at that.
Apt.
Yeah. I mean, I deserve it. This is the guy. I messaged him originally and said, "Can you send me a pedal to do a demo?" He's like, "No, man, I'm too busy." I was like, "I'm not having that." So I started doing videos where I sort of took the mick out of him. I pretended to be him and just pretended to call him up and give him pedal name suggestions.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Sailor Effects. I've designed a mild overdrive pedal which gives your guitar a little growl. Nice. And I've called it Little Growler. Isn't that a name for a vagina? I've got more. An EQ pedal which really lets you cut through the mix. Nice. Called the Axe Wound. A pedal which shrouds your sound in a magical tone called the Wizard Sleeve. I've heard enough. I haven't even told you about the Hairy Beaver.
I watched that again the other day actually, it was funny.
It's funny. And not about the third one he contacted me. It's like, me and my son have been laughing. I'm sending you a hairy beaver. Rangemaster, this is what was on that pedal show.
Oh, okay.
So, not this one, because that's rude, but a version of this.
So I think Pete did a review on that as well, and really liked it. Because I was trying to find a video on this before you got it sent to us.
Well, no, there is one. We've got 2,
yeah.
And we still don't know what any of the knobs do.
I don't even care anymore.
Neither do I.
It's just so good that I just like playing around with it and finding different sounds.
Well, he said they're concentric knobs on mine. I'm a bit like, we'll have one knob that's like 4, it doesn't exist, that just turns everything up more or less. No, just have one knob. Right, do you want it to have a little bit of sparkle? Do you want it to have a bit of drive, lots of drive, or fuzz? Yeah. Just one knob. You can have a one knob and it would be the same, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's the other problem, is that when you're playing live, I want to have another one of those to have the heavier sound. So I can get the heavy sound, dial it back for a bit of a cleaner sound.
For 50 quid.
There's also another one for just the tone.
Joe, can we have another one, please?
I need a rack of.
I wonder if you could do a version that is just volume and does the clean spangly sound and nothing else.
That'd be wicked. Yeah,
that'd be an awesome pedal. The Sparkler Miser.
What a great name,
Joe. Please bring us. Leave a comment, everyone. Can everyone write, Joe? Please give us the Sparkler Miser, and that can be his next pedal. I can't think of a name for it. The Spangletone.
Spangler.
The Spangler.
Isn't that one of the Ghostbusters?
Egon Spengler, you're thinking of.
There we go.
Let's call it Egon Spangler.
There you go. Job done.
Here's a video on the Hairy Beaver. Sorry, here's a video on the Rangemaster, which is, my one's the Hairy Beaver, which is a clean boost, good for the front of amp. I put it in the effects loop because I'm weird. Give you a little boost for a solo, but it's very nice.